If you face mealtime challenges with your dog, you're not alone. Many pet owners deal with fussy eaters, and even I had my fair share of headaches with Benji. I know it's hard to believe, but yes, picky golden retrievers exist. However, with some practical strategies and patience, you can help your pup to enjoy their meals again. It's not uncommon for dogs to be picky eaters, but sometimes underlying medical conditions might contribute to their reluctance to eat. So, to rule out any dental problems, digestive disorders, nutritional deficiencies, anxieties, or stress, schedule a veterinary appointment so your pet receives a comprehensive examination and necessary tests. Once you have addressed possible medical conditions, let's go over some practical tips you can implement into your dog's mealtimes right away. Dogs like patterns, so establishing a consistent feeding schedule can help regulate your pet's appetite and create a sense of routine. By feeding your pup at the same time each day, you can encourage them to anticipate mealtime and develop healthier eating habits over time. Avoid leaving the food out for your dog to graze on throughout the day. This seemingly harmless thing can lead to pickiness and overeating, making portion control difficult, as it's impossible to know how much the dog is eating. This is especially important in multi-dog households, as one dog could eat more than it should and another not enough. If you're guilty of this, stop and instead offer meals at set times and pick up any uneaten food after a specific period, let's say 15 to 20 minutes. Don't feed your dog until the next mealtime. This approach helps teach your pet to eat when the food is provided and prevents them from becoming too selective with their meals. Also, if you're dealing with a fussy eater, remove treats until they eat their meal and stop feeding leftovers from your table. Not only can human food contain spices or ingredients unsuitable for dogs, but the excessive salt content can also be harmful. While treats can be a fun way to reward your pet, overindulging in snacks can lead to picky eating habits and obesity. Imagine you have a small dog that needs 400 calories per day. The recommended amount of treats is up to 10% of their daily requirement, and the treats you bought are 20 calories each. By doing a quick math, your pup can have 2 of them per day. Now, let's be honest, we are all guilty of going over the limit sometimes, right? But you can see how quickly this can become a problem, especially for smaller dogs. They might not be picky after all, but simply full after eating too many treats. If you insist your dog is only food motivated during training, use their food allowance instead of treats. If possible, that is. Experiment with different feeding bowls such as stainless steel, ceramic, or plastic, as this can help determine your pet's preferred type. Some pets might prefer specific materials or designs, so offering various options can help them to choose the most suitable one. Sometimes something as silly as the sound of their tongue hitting the bowl may put them off eating. Also, don't feel like you have to feed from a bowl, as this is not a natural way for dogs to eat in the wild anyway. Depending on how much time you have and how messy you are willing to go, you can hide the food in a few places around your house or garden for your dog to find. Suddenly, the boring food will seem like a great find, as they will have to work for it. Look for ideas by googling the term "ditch the bowl." There are other options such as wooden boards, lick mats, kongs, or puzzles, so go ahead and experiment. Some dogs need space to eat, so if your pup falls into this group, feed it in a calm environment away from noise and distractions to reduce stress during mealtime. If you have more than one dog, feed them in separate rooms to minimize competition and potential food guarding behavior. Keep children away during mealtimes to avoid disruptions and potential safety hazards for dogs and kids. Another thing that could potentially work is to feed smaller portions, but more often, as this can encourage picky eaters to finish their meals. Praise your pup each time after they leave a clean bowl to create a positive association with mealtimes. Double-check the feeding guidelines on food packaging, as some manufacturers may provide inflated amounts and your pup might actually be consuming the right amount for their weight. Assess your dog's body conditioning score, and if you're still unsure about the appropriate portion size for your pup, consult your vet for personalized guidance. These are the things that you can do around feeding. Let's now look at what's in your dog's bowl, as this is most likely where the whole issue is. And trust me, I know. Benji was an extremely picky eater in the past. I spent so much time, money, and energy on coming up with newer and more creative toppers to mix with his food, for him only to eat the topper and leave out the food. Due to our housing situation at the time, we couldn't have separate freezers, so raw feeding wasn't an option. That's why I went down a rabbit hole with the goal of finding the perfect kibble with the highest nutritional value. And I did. And he didn't want to eat it. So back to square one we went. This was going on for months. Me buying yet another food, and not only dry, we tried wet, dehydrated, cold press, anything you can think of. And him showing a bit of interest only to stop eating altogether at some point, until we tried raw. Ever since that, there hasn't been a day where I would have to ask him to eat. Now he comes to me at his feeding time and bumps me with his nose if I'm late. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I feel that his what I called fussiness was him trying to communicate he needed fresh food, not heavily processed one. So the takeaway is to feed high-quality pet food made with real wholesome ingredients, ideally lightly cooked or raw, to ensure that your pet receives essential nutrients for optimal health. Look for options that prioritize protein sources such as meat or fish, and avoid products with fillers like grains or legumes and artificial additives. Choosing premium pet food might be a bit more expensive, but it will not only save you money on vet trips, but it will make a significant difference in your pet's overall well-being and their enjoyment of their meals. Providing variety in your pet's diet by rotating protein sources and experimenting with different textures can make mealtime more engaging and enjoyable too. Dogs, like humans, appreciate diversity in their food choices, so offering a range of options can prevent boredom and pickiness. This may be difficult when you're feeding one brand of kibble, as you'd have to transition your dog each time you change their food to avoid upset stomach or other digestive issues. But you can still provide variety by adding flavorful toppers like bone broth or cooked meats, as these can enhance the taste and aroma of your pet's food, making it more enticing. These additions can stimulate your pet's appetite and make mealtime more enjoyable. However, make sure you use toppers in moderation and that the ones you offer are safe and suitable for your pet's dietary needs. And the last easy tip I have for you is to check the temperature of your pet's food. Dogs don't have as many taste buds as we do, and they rely heavily on their sense of smell. So slightly warming up their meal can enhance its aroma, making it more appealing. To learn more about dogs' culinary preferences and ideal food temperatures, check out our previous video. I'll add the link in the description. Remember, patience is key when dealing with fussy eaters. Avoid pressuring your pet to eat or becoming frustrated if they don't finish their meals. Dogs are sensitive to their owner's emotions, so maintaining a calm demeanor can reassure your pet and encourage them to eat. Offer praise and rewards for any attempts to eat, even if it's just a few mouthfuls. By remaining patient and consistent, you can help your pet develop healthier eating habits over time. Is your dog a picky eater?